King Charles' finest hour, from the Sovereign Orb to St. Edward's crown, how the coronation will unfold as world leaders travel to London for Westminster Abbey service. Negotiable in his modern monarchy. Buckingham Palace is making final preparations for the highly anticipated coronation next month, which will see leaders from around the world descend on London to witness Charles be crowned king and Camilla made queen. The once-in-a-generation event at Westminster Abbey is expected to be watched by hundreds of millions across the globe, in what will be a masterclass in pomp and pageantry, despite the King's decision to slim down the occasion. At a yet unspecified time on the morning of Saturday, May 6, Charles and Camilla will travel from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Abbey, in what is known as the King's Procession, with every moment being broadcast live on the BBC. The 1762 gold state coach, which was refurbished at great expense for the late Queen's Platinum Jubilee, is expected to transport their Majesties. Other members of the royal family will also join the procession, including the Prince and Princess of Wales and their 3 children George, Charlotte and Louis, who will ride in a separate carriage behind Charles and Camilla. It is not yet known if Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will be attending the service, but rehearsal plans suggest they will not feature in the procession either way, The Times previously reported. The Abbey will be filled with 2,000 people, down from a potential guest list of 7,000 including leaders from France, Spain, Japan and the US. President Joe Biden will not be making an appearance, however, sending his wife Jill in his place in what some have viewed as a snub. Charles will be the 40th reigning monarch to be crowned in the Abbey, and at 74, at the time of the ceremony, the oldest to ever be crowned. The service itself will be solemn and religious while also offering celebration and pageantry, according to the official royal family website. While the start time has not been confirmed, Queen Elizabeth II's ceremony began at 11:15 a.m. and lasted nearly 3 hours. However, the Mail on Sunday previously revealed that the service is expected to last for just over an hour. It will be conducted by the Archbishop of Canterbury Justin Welby, and will reflect the monarch's role today and look towards the future, while being rooted in long-standing traditions. Among those will be the role of the Page of Honor, carried out by Prince George and 7 other boys. The historic ceremonial position will see the 8 youngsters, 4 for each monarch, carry the King and Queen's robes into the Abbey. Prince William will be the only royal liegeman at the ceremony, and only he will kneel to pay homage to the King, before touching the crown and kissing his father's right cheek. The action is usually performed by all the royal dukes, but Charles scrapped the traditional obligation, effectively absolving Prince Harry of any ceremonial duties. During the service, the King will sit in the coronation chair, which dates from the start of the 14th century, and which will have the sacred stone of destiny beneath its seat. The 24 St slab sat under the chair for most of the past 700 years, after England's King Edward seized it from Scotland in 1296. On Christmas Day 1950, 4 Scottish students removed it from the Abbey, taking it away in a less-than-regal Ford Anglia, and 3 months later, it turned up 500 miles away, at the high altar of Arbroath Abbey. Although it was returned to Westminster, then Prime Minister John Major later unexpectedly announced that it should be returned to Scotland for permanent display. It is being brought down for the coronation following insistence from 10 Downing Street, although its route and method of travel are being kept top secret to stop it being hijacked by nationalists or angry Republican groups. After being anointed, Charles will have the crown of St. Edward placed on his head, officially crowning him as King Charles III. It is made of solid gold and features more than 400 gemstones, including 6 sapphires and 12 rubies. It weighs nearly 5 pounds, 2.23 kilograms. The Sovereign's Orb and the Sovereign's Scepter will also take center stage. They are encrusted with hundreds of diamonds, emeralds, rubies, sapphires, and amethysts. The Archbishop of Canterbury will place the orb in the monarch's right hand, before placing it on the altar and crowning him King of England. Camilla will be anointed as Queen during the service, in a break from tradition, while William will also be officially made the Prince of Wales. After the service, the newly crowned King and Queen will return to Buckingham Palace in a larger ceremonial procession known as the Coronation Procession, with the other members of the royal family again following from behind. Once at the palace, the King and the Queen, accompanied by members of the royal family, will appear on the balcony to conclude the day's events. The service will be followed by 2 more days of celebration that will include a concert at Windsor Castle and community building events.